want you to try and get involved, try and fix the problem. It's not worth it. My friend Samantha is in so much trouble right now. She got busted over the weekend sneaking out of the house. Oh, please don't tell my parents I told you that, or they won't let me hang out with Samantha. This is another case where there is no reason to go tell your student's parents about their friend Samantha. And some people question me on this a little bit and say, yeah, but they have a right to know. They do, but that's not your place. Samantha is not your problem. Samantha is not in danger. Her parents know about it. She got in trouble for it. When they tell you this, they're not looking for you to go tell their parents. They're looking to kind of get your reaction, to tell you what's going on in life, to tell you what they're thinking about. And there's no reason to go endanger the relationship between your student's parents and Samantha, or your student and their parents. So again, just no need to tell. So I've got a new girlfriend. Her name is Jessica, but I haven't told my parents yet. They'll be all awkward if I say anything. Please don't say anything about this. You are going to be so tempted to, too, because you're going to be excited, they're going to be excited, and you're going to want to spread this around. Don't do it. Back when I was in high school, I had somebody who fulfilled this role for me, and his name was Stu. And I told Stu things way in advance of ever telling my parents, including about girls, because I just didn't want to tell my parents. I didn't want to talk to them about it, but I felt comfortable talking to Stu about it. So don't say anything as much as you'll be tempted. It's not even a bad thing. You wouldn't be doing it maliciously, but just keep your mouth closed on this one. My friend Mark and his girlfriend just started having sex. I'm not sure what I think about that. Oh, please don't tell my parents I told you that. This is another case where there's no reason to tell. One, they specifically asked you not to, but number two, Mark and his girlfriend are not your problem. I know that sounds a little selfish, but it's true. Your concern is for your student and the relationship you have with them. And if you go tell their parents, you betray their confidentiality. Mark and his girlfriend have made choices. They may not be wise ones, but they've made choices. And you can't endanger the relationship that you have with your student just because of Mark and his girlfriend. First of all, you don't even know if it's true. But second of all, there's nothing to be gained by telling. A good follow-up question is, so what do you think about that? In some cases, what teenagers will do is they'll throw something out there, and they'll just try and see if it shocks you. They'll try and get your reaction because they don't necessarily know what to do with it. A great way to follow up is to engage in conversation and say, okay, what do you think? Excuse me again, it's been a long day. My friend Christy is really depressed lately. She even said she might not be around much longer. I'm really scared. This is a situation where, again, this might not be true. Christy might have been joking. This could be any number of things, but don't even chance it. You need to get a hold of your student's parents right away if you don't know Christy or Christy's parents, and let them know. If it turns out to be a hoax, it may turn out to still be a big deal. But statements like this are a big deal. And if Christy was serious or even half serious, someone needs to know. She's saying that she's thinking of putting herself in danger. You don't want to be the one afterwards, after you find out that Christy did, who didn't do anything. So in this case, don't even hesitate to spill. Go straight to your student's parents and say, you need to know this, and this is what they told me. Just tell right away. There's a deadly question. I've got something I need to tell you, but you have to promise not to tell anyone. This is deadly because you can't say yes. There are things that if your student tells you certain things, you have to tell. You absolutely have to. So never answer this question in the affirmative. The way I handle this question is this. You know I can't answer that question yes. But tell me about whatever's going on, and we'll work together on a solution. When they say things like this, they're scared. They're terrified, and they don't know what to do with the information that they have. What they're asking is, what they need to know is that someone's going to be with them, that you're going to help them work through this, whatever it is, no matter how good or how bad it may be. They need to know that someone's going to help them through it. So a great way to follow up is to say, you know what, no matter what it is, I'm still going to be with you. I'm going to help you through it. Number 8, be persistent. Teenagers, especially boys, can sometimes push back from relationships. They don't know how to engage in relationships. They don't know how to interact. So be persistent. You may feel blown off. You may feel pushed away at first. That's okay. Be persistent. They chose you. Remember that. They've invited you into their life, but they may not be comfortable with you there yet. Be persistent. Be patient. but be persistent in pursuing that relationship. Build a connection with their parents, but avoid triangles. This is kind of what I talked about under confidentiality. The parents of your student need to see you as a partner. They need to see you as somebody who is on their side and who wants the best for their child. At the same time, don't get involved in parent-student conflicts. Even if you agree entirely with the parents or you agree entirely with the student, don't get involved in the conflict. Stay in the middle. Be a sounding board for people on both sides of it, but don't take a side. Even if you agree, even if you think the parents are right, don't start a conversation by saying, so your parents told me that they want you to do such and such, and I really think you should too. That only makes you a sounding, that only makes you a mouthpiece for their parents. A good way to start that conversation is, so your parents told me that they're trying to get you to do such and such. What do you think about that? You've been honest. You've told them what their parents have told you. But you haven't taken a side. You've remained neutral. You've remained that sounding board. Because what you might find out is, after you hear their side of it, now you understand maybe why they're not so crazy about the idea. And number 10, ultimately this is the most important. Pray for them and show them love. The power of God is tremendous. It is more powerful than anything that we can do. And that is invoked through prayer. So pray for your student. Pray for your student daily and show them love. Ultimately, what are they looking for? They're looking for acceptance. They're looking for a place of belonging. And we will talk more about that in Session 2, why that is so critical. But I just wanted to give you a brief introduction to what you've been called to do and some hints. As I said, in Session 2, we get into some specifics. If you have questions and you're watching this on YouTube, you can post them in the comments and I will try and reply, or you can email me directly. Thank you for taking the time to disciple a student. It is something that will be tremendously rewarding for both you and the student. And also thank you for taking time to watch this orientation. God bless.